Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our last talk on sugar, right? And it would have opened a lot of insights about how sugar impacts on various aspects of our health, right? Today we are going to talk about another important issue, which is supplements, right? And we see every third person is resorting to supplements because either his or her health coach or trainer or doctor or nutritionist have told, right? Or if it has come from a DNA test, right? So, and if you see globally, it is in $200 billion dollars industry in 2020 that is going to grow at more than 30% every year on year, right? So essentially, we end up taking a lot of supplements, right, from vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, without even understanding why we need that, right? So essentially, sometimes we go as per blood work, so we have vitamin D deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency. We start taking over the counter pills, right, without even understanding, why. First of all, why we have this deficiency, and why do we. How much of each supplement we require, because most of the OTC supplements are built to scale. It's a standard quantity which they offer, right? So it may backfire, right, and it may impact your health, right? Essentially, there are multiple reasons why you may be having vitamin, mineral, or deficiencies. So again, it is, or maybe having fatigue, or low energy, right? So there are multiple reasons. One of them obviously stress, the depleting soil health, the level of chronic inflammation inside the body, the environment. So there are multiple reasons, right? So essentially, so I'm going to divide the discussion into three parts, right? And I'm going to share every aspect of supplementation market, right, and why we do not need an OTC supplementation, right? Or why do we need to measure our you know supplementation, how much we need based on the level of inflammation and oxidative stress inside the body. And then at the end, we are going to announce something very special, which we are launching in next couple of months, right? So essentially, if you see, we have seen around 60-70% of our customers have low energy, fatigue, and these are generally outcome of inflammation. But let us deep dive and understand how the energy is generated and liberated inside the body, right? So again, we all know mitochondria. Mitochondria is the energy powerhouse. It is in every cell, right? And we generally resonate mitochondria with ATP cycle, which is adenosine triphosphate, right? But actually, it is much more than that, right? So you see mitochondria to two aspects. One is mitochondrial biogenesis. So essentially, mitochondria keep on regenerating, reproducing itself, right, based on the need. And again, and second thing is obviously mitochondria is energy powerhouse. It's energy surface, right? And every time when we are under stress or inflammation, or we have not consumed right set of nutrients, right, or probably we have a lot of inflammation, which is actually causing nutrient deficiency, mitochondria comes to act, and it has a capability of producing energy or metabolizing certain things inside your body. But again, for this to happen, mitochondria needs a signal, needs information that hey, we are short of energy, so we need more energy. For that, there are certain pathways which needs to be activated for mitochondria to give us energy, right? For essentially to giving energy, probably giving the energy, probably we eat a lot of carbs and fats. For instance, if you're taking a lot of fats like long chain fatty acids, right? So for these all energy sources can be metabolized and oxidized by mitochondria once before, after only it is transported to mitochondria. Again, this electron transport chain is something which is done by a lot of different molecules, right? For instance, if you are consuming a lot of these fats, so probably you need L-carnitine, or someone will need CoQ10, someone will need ubiquinone, right? So essentially there are different molecules which you require. The other maybe that is one aspect. If you come to carbs or glycogen, glucose. So again, there's a specific pathways which is activated when you are consuming complex carb or fructose, right? It gets converted into Krebs cycle, then citric chain cycle, and then citric acid cycle, and and essentially so this produce certain molecules which again uh, facilitates in the production of ATP, right? So essentially, this is how a lot of these things happen. So probably if you're low energy, you would be told, okay, start taking NAD plus precursors, or start taking CoQ10 or L-carnitine without understanding what is required, right? So essentially, this is where a lot of these supplementation markets makes the biggest mistake, and these consuming these compounds without understanding what you require and how much you require is actually triggers a lot of bad things inside your body. For instance, you may be told to consume a lot of acetyl L-carnitine because it improves your cognitive enhancing capabilities. If people who have cognitive decline, or probably people who have some sort of tension, stress, brain issues, right? So a lot of these doctors and nutritionists would recommend acetyl L-carnitine, right? But again, your body, if it's already your body already L-carnitine is there in the system because of a lot of foods you're eating, right? Probably excess L-carnitine can lead to headache and tension, and probably it is more like producing, giving ammonia, a lot of ammonia to your body. So probably your body don't need that much of L-carnitine. That is what you really need to measure, how much of L-carnitine is being consumed and absorbed inside the body, right? Essentially, similarly, CoQ10 is an coenzyme which helps in regulating ATP cycle. Again, you really need to understand if you're taking a lot of statins, so probably how much of CoQ10 you take, it is not going to help, because statin produces that enzyme that produces CoQ10, right? So essentially, these all supplements, again, we have to really measure why we need, how much we need, right? And so this is one aspect from a fatigue perspective, from a low energy perspective, right? So you need to measure your mitochondria, what exactly supplements you need, or molecules you need to activate a pathways that can tell mitochondria to produce a lot of energy, right? Second aspect is these lot of vitamins and mineral supplements, right? So we have different categories like nootropic category, weight loss category, insulin category, performance category, cardiovascular category, and whatnot, right? And then if you end up taking all these supplements, probably you will be consuming more than 100 supplements, again varying from 20 and 200 supplements. And again, sometimes these supplements are in excess of what your body requires, so it can even impact your liver and kidney functioning, right? And besides, it can trigger inflammation, and besides that, so these supplements also are in synthetic form, so they have a lot of metals which can directly impact your various biological functions inside your body, right? So essentially, again, we need to understand why we have nutrient vitamin deficiency. For instance, iron deficiency, right? So a lot of people have iron deficiencies which directly impact hemoglobin level, and especially in case of unexpected mothers, right? So essentially, that's why they are told to take a lot of iron supplements, right? So but the root cause is actually, again, a lot of activity of archaea inside the gut. So this archaea actually leads to high growth of archaea, leads to slow food motility, which leads to low absorption of various foods which are high in iron. So that's why you take iron supplements. And again, iron supplements can only work if you have that specific microbe which can absorb iron supplement, right? So essentially, these all things you need to decode, you need to measure your biology, you understand what is happening inside your body at a molecular level, what you need, how much you need, why you need, right? Then comes, again, third part is really essential from a lot of us follow a high protein diet or a paleo diet, whether it is for bodybuilding, whether it is for weight loss, whether it is for maintaining our fitness level, a number of reasons, right? And then these amino acids can do a lot of bad things. For instance, if you're taking a lot of lysine, methionine, or maybe what do you call it? So methionine, lysine, and all these different amino acids, right? So excess of it can lead to production of various harmful metabolites like ammonia, putrescine, methane, right? And these all bad things can trigger inflammations at the body. They can actually pass on through your gut when you have leaky gut, and it can trigger a lot of issues like autoimmune disorders and food intolerances, right? So essentially, it is not necessary for you to take a lot of such protein. You don't need to feed your body with ammonia and putrescine and spodumene and a lot of these harmful things, right? So you really need to measure what you need, right? And that is what we are doing. So we at Gene Free Athletics actually, decode your human biology, you decode your biology at a molecular level, right? To actually understand, what is happening inside the body, what is going on, what is causing inflammation, what is making you develop nutrient and vitamin deficiencies, and what exactly, which specific, molecule, compounds, ingredients your body needs right now in what quantity to actually regulate your entire biology, right? And that's why we are coming up with a very, very specific thing, which is again, first one in India, right? So based on every individual's unique biology, which we are decoding through our suite of gut and vaginal microbiome tests, right? We would be, launching or providing precision prebiotics and probiotics, right? Which will be made to order based on the results which comes from his or her, microbiome test, right? And the same would be made to order, same would be, packed in one pouch or gummy as you want, and it would be delivered to your home, on a monthly subscription basis. So we would be soon launching this, maybe by first week of August, right? So you would be having precision of everything, right from food to supplements to prebiotics to probiotics. I hope this, this cleared a lot of doubts about, about the supplements, and why we should take supplements, why we should measure what quantity we require, right? And how, whether we really want to, take the supplements, or we can actually, meet the nutrient requirements with the food, right? So that's it for today. Thanks a lot.